Hello and welcome back to the Unplayables podcast. I'm your host again today. I'm George. This morning we've got a bit of a different lineup today. Special guest, but I'll leave that to the end. So good morning to the usual guys. Good morning, Art.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Ryan, morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. You feeling well?
I'm alright.
Good. Connor.
Hello.
Hi, Connor.
Hello.
Thanks for that. And yes, as you probably can tell if you are a regular listener, it's Matthew that's not here. Congratulations to him. He's actually on paternity leave. So we all send our congratulations. He should be back soon. But we have got our special guest, Portsmouth's very own Henry Port.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, Henry. How are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm a bit tired. The
Tired?
fetch me to go up at 10 o'clock this morning. But
That's
yeah,
all right. How does it feel to be making your debut?
I'm excited. Can't wait to get going.
Yeah, if you do well, you might come back. You never know.
Nice.
Right, this morning we're going to be discussing the Champions League. Obviously, we've got semi-finals coming up. We've got Liverpool against Roma, and we've got Real Madrid. And I've just noticed I've written against Cheltenham. Just talking about it too much. Against Bayern Munich. So I'm going to start off with Liverpool-Roma, just because I think, Liverpool, the only English side left in the competition. Who'd have thought that? Really? Well, Jurgen Klopp probably would have, but... So yeah, what do you guys think about this one? Are you looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to it a lot because I think Liverpool are going to win and go to the final.
Do you?
And I cannot wait.
Okay, are you excited? Are you just excited to see Oxlade-Chamberlain in a...
Well, that's
Champions
part of
League
it,
final?
but I like Liverpool, so
Okay.
that's another reason why I want them to get to the final.
Okay.
And because it's a bit of a bore if it's just Real Madrid
Yeah.
again or Bayern, either one.
Yeah, true. At least we know it's not going to be a Real Madrid against Bayern final.
Yeah.
Although I'd prefer it if Bayern won it, to be honest, over Real Madrid, if that was the final. But obviously it's not going to be. Anyone think Roma have got a chance?
I certainly think they've got a chance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't underestimate them.
Well, no, they did. I mean, they did beat Barcelona.
Yeah, they did beat Barcelona. They haven't got the best team players-wise. Well, like if you look at them on paper, you wouldn't say they've got the best team. I think Liverpool probably, going forward, they just edged them.
Yeah.
But as a unit and how well coached they are, and they do have some individual talent to go with it. They're the underdogs, but they're the dark horses.
Do you think they are, though? I think they got the second leg. Roma obviously got the advantage in a way, having the second leg being at home.
Yeah.
So they can really afford to go and just park the bus at Anfield.
It'd be interesting to see.
I don't think they will. I don't know if that's...
It'd be interesting to see what the Italian media are predicting for this game, because the English media are just completely writing Roma off at the moment.
Which is unusual because, like we said, just trounced Barcelona to get into the semi-final.
We don't know what Liverpool could turn up defensively. I think whatever happens, there's going to be goals.
I think the Liverpool that turned up against City were an incredible Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think if they play like that again, then they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
But, can they do that when they're in Rome? It's a bit different.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
Exactly. Henry.
Yes.
What do you think about the game? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it in the sense that it's the two underdog teams, I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit disappointed it wasn't like Roma v Bayern and Liverpool v Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But I can see... I don't know, it's difficult to tell because you got Liverpool, who arguably have the best attack in the Champions League. And then you have Roma, who are known for their defensive strengths. So it's really like, I don't know, it's tough to call.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of attack against defence, isn't it, really, I think?
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryan, as a Chelsea fan, you know just how good Roma are.
Well, yeah, they've, since the start of the competition, no one really expected them to get this far.
No.
In a group with Chelsea and Atletico, I don't think they're expected to get through, let alone top the group. Then, I'm not sure they faced Shakhtar, I think, in the first knockout round. That's always a tough place to go to, but they got through that. Then to come back against Barcelona, I think I don't know if I'm just I think they're like Chelsea from 2011-12. No one's expecting them to get this far.
Yeah.
And they keep on beating teams they shouldn't be beating. So I think they could even win it, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Connor said, the pressure is really all on Liverpool from like an English perspective. So that could obviously, I mean, I imagine the Italian media are bigging up Roma quite a lot, but in terms of the first leg anyway, the pressure really is on Liverpool we know how good they can be with their like attacking football, and the pressure is on them. You know, you expect them to go out and get goals, to be honest, the way their attack have been going. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see.
I think it'll be mentally different this time for them, because last time they were clearly the underdogs. Man City were on obviously an incredible run, and then they just put it to an end, like they had before actually. But it'll be interesting with them, all the pressure on them, how they'll deal with that. Yeah.
And Salah, especially his old team.
Yeah.
It's his old club, yeah.
Forgot about that, actually.
Yeah.
He could knock him out, couldn't he? Yeah.
Agent Salah.
That's the thing, innit? Like, all these 4 teams, like, no one can actually call a clear winner now. Like, even Real Madrid, like, obviously they're known for winning it like loads of times. I think like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And they have Ronaldo who's got like 15 goals in the league, but still, there's no like everyone saying, "Oh, Madrid are going to win it." Madrid are going to win it.
I mean, they're lucky to be in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They were lucky in the end. Well, obviously, you know, it was only 3-3, but well, actually no, because Juventus would have gone through on goal difference, wouldn't they?
No, they both had three-way goals.
Yeah, of course they did. But yeah, so you know, they're lucky to be there. Maybe in that instance, Bayern are actually going to, take something positive out of that, and they'll be able to beat them. I mean, I don't know who you want to win for that one, but do we want to do score predictions for this Liverpool-Roma game, or
that might be a bit difficult
for the first leg?
But the thing is, I don't think Liverpool's defence now is as bad as people make out to be.
I agree. I think obviously Van Dijk has been like a solid signing. But the thing I think about him is if you're looking at Champions League, he's played against Man City quite a few times, obviously because they're in the league. He hasn't really played at this level against the European side. Yeah. So that's going to be, that's something totally new. That's like a new factor that you got to take into consideration.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that Liverpool's defence has got a lot better, hasn't it? It's definitely tightened up a lot since, of Liverpool defences that we know of anyway.
Yeah.
It's always been their problem.
And I think with the pressure thing as well, I think their style of football, even if they are playing under pressure, that kind of allows them to just be themselves. Yeah. So they don't have to kind of play with a weight on their shoulders. They just go and express themselves.
And that's the way they play best.
That's what they did against City, I feel. When they won. Like, everyone expected City to win. They just went out there and won. Thrashed them 3-0.
Yeah. Well, the first 10 minutes of that game was all City. And then they just kind of went for it.
Yeah.
They got themselves into the game, didn't they, I think?
Yeah. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if Roma have like quite a bit of the ball early on, while Liverpool just kind of wait to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, they like to ease their way into the games, don't they? And then go from there once they're comfortable, really.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any more thoughts? Henry, I think you...
I don't know, just going on about Liverpool's defence and all of that. I think Loris Karius has been a lot better over the last few weeks as well. I think he has gotten used to the pressure of being at a top 4 club like Liverpool. And I think it may have been harsh criticism at first, but I agree with what Art said about Van Dijk as well. Like, defensively, he's improved a lot and gotten used to the surroundings, really. But I think the challenge against Roma will be a new one for him. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think, like we've said, really, both of these semi-finals are going to be interesting.
Yeah. A battle I'm looking forward to, actually, Van Dijk against Dzeko. Yeah. That'll be really interesting. Yeah. And that could be a deciding battle.
Or they might stick Dzeko and Lovren.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. That's a good point, actually. But yeah, Van Dijk will have to help out.
Yeah.
I can only see one winner if it's Dzeko against Lovren, to be honest. Yeah. But Dzeko will be very important if Roma are to beat Liverpool.
I think he's so... Well, I don't know if you could say he's underrated now, still.
I think he is.
But yeah, he's massive. He's on, like, Giroud levels of underrated.
Yeah.
Dzeko.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's even when he was at City, he was underrated because of Aguero. I mean, not taking anything away from Aguero, but you need that other type of striker in your team. And I know they've just won the league like by however many points or
whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares about Premier League?
Yeah. But I would like to have that other option going forward, like we had with Giroud, that we don't have anymore. But he can, unlike Giroud, he can actually stretch defences as well, like we saw against Chelsea.
Yeah, he was brilliant in that game against Chelsea, wasn't he, Ryan?
Yeah.
But yeah, that matchup would be quite interesting to see. Yeah.
What other key matchups do we think there are going to be?
Manolas, Firmino.
Oh yeah,
because he's not a typical striker.
I think centrally as well.
Yeah,
because Roma are quite strong now, aren't they? They've got like 9 goals and them. It'd be interesting to see the likes of like Wijnaldum and I don't know who will play, Chan maybe.
Maybe Chan.
I think Henderson's suspension's done.
Oh, okay. So
it's just
will it be Wijnaldum, Henderson?
Well, in the first leg for the City tie, it was Henderson holding, Milner to the left of him, and then Chamberlain to the right.
Yeah.
So I don't see them changing that if they won 3-0 at Anfield as well.
I'm interested to see how Salah does as well.
Yeah.
Right. Who did he come up against? Kolarov, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting.
That's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
But I wonder who's got the pace in that one.
But going forward, Kolarov could be a threat for Alexander. It'll be interesting to see how he does.
Oh, that's
I think
true.
Kolarov, unlike Laporte, because he's used to playing left back as well, he might not be as scared against Salah, so he might just go tight every time.
Well, he probably thinks he's got him for experience.
Yeah. And they spent a year together at Roma.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's all about.
I think midfield will be very important.
Yeah.
As Henry mentioned, Nainggolan, he's a quality player.
It's going to be.
And if he can run, well, I mean, Ox will be very important. But there's lots of mobile midfielders for both teams. We see who runs the other one off the park.
I didn't even realise that in the first leg against City they started Henderson, Milner, and
the
Ox. That's good for English football, isn't it? Imagine that semi-final of the Champions League, and you got an all-English midfield. Probably get torn apart by one Belgian, but but no, I think there's going to be a lot of key, player for player matchups. I think we've said player for player. You'd think that Liverpool edge it really, but having compared a lot of the positions, it is going to be really. I think it's really close.
Yeah. I think earlier I might have came across a bit uber confident that Liverpool would win. I didn't want it to sound that way. I want Liverpool to win.
Yeah, basically. I think the problem is we don't know like the ins and outs of Roma really.
Yeah.
Whereas we've seen Liverpool week in week out, so we know exactly what they're capable of, but. We've only really seen through the Champions League what Roma are capable of.
There's people doing a podcast in Italy right now saying, Roma man for man are way better than Liverpool.
That's why I think that's why it's going to be brilliant. I think that's, I don't know if you guys agree, but do you think it's like the better of the two semi-finals?
Yeah,
definitely the more intriguing.
Yeah.
Henry said, it's like the underdog story really. It's a shame that it's not the final.
No. Yeah, that would have been a great
final. If Liverpool won the final, I don't think I could take that. So. Come on, Roma. So
Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to outdo Steven Gerrard's legacy. He's already matched that, actually, against City.
Oh, he did, yeah. That was a great goal.
Cough end as well.
He's away then, really. He's in a league of his own. He's above Gerrard. Who's Steven Gerrard? Interesting.
That guy that slipped once.
Oh. Don't bring that in.
Connor, come on.
Be a bit mature.
Could have just said that guy who has no Premier League medal. Medals.
I'm not crying.
You're not even a Liverpool fan. No, but he's a football fan.
No, I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh.
I just have a soft spot for Liverpool, I guess.
Any particular reason why?
No, well, maybe Gerrard actually.
Does he have a double-barrelled surname?
Alexander-Arnold.
No.
That's my soft spot for Liverpool, to be fair. What player? Team of the season?
Ryan?
Right, do we want to do a score prediction? Has anyone else got anything to say, actually, on Liverpool-Roma before I...
Just one thing, the Roma goalkeeper, Alisson.
Oh, yeah.
He's very similar to Ederson. He's good with
Yeah.
the ball. He likes passing. He's like distribution from out of the back. He's a really good goalkeeper. I think he's been linked with Liverpool, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's been linked
Alright.
with him.
That
So
might... I don't know. That might be a bit of a problem, though, for him, if he wants to play that way against
Yeah.
Liverpool.
They're a high-pressing
Yeah.
team, aren't they?
Mm.
It's going to be interesting to see how Roma's like... we've noted that they've got quite a few good defensive-minded players. Or maybe not even that, just not, like, freely attacking players. You know, if you looked at... Obviously, we don't know how they're going to line up because they're away in that first leg. But it's going to be interesting to see how Liverpool's high-pressing is going to be against a team, because I think Italian football generally is like a bit slower as well.
Yeah.
A bit more tactical.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that'll play to their advantage, but
Yeah.
maybe if they're being rushed, they don't have any time on the ball. That's gonna play in Liverpool's favour.
Yeah. But they could take all the pace out of the game.
They
they
could,
want.
yeah. They could do a Paul Scholes and control the tempo.
But, yeah, we mentioned how people like Kolarov or some of the Roma team will know how Salah works, but that could also work in the other way.
Yeah.
Salah could,
Yeah.
could
Know how they
He
work.
knows
Yeah.
their weaknesses.
and that would affect more of their team than
Mm.
just Salah for Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting whether he picks out any weaknesses in their defence, perhaps.
Do we think this first leg is going to come down to, like the odd goal?
I don't think so. I think whoever scores first will win
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
Even at Anfield.
No, yeah, I mean at Anfield, just
the first.
just
leg,
the first leg. I think whoever scores first will win.
Is it Anfield first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Liverpool winning it.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean, I
Liverpool
just thought
might just edge it at Anfield.
I can see Roma getting a goal as well. I could like
But-
a 2-1
yeah.
win or something.
But was Roma's win against Barca at the Nou Camp?
No.
No.
Stadio
Okay.
Olimpico.
Interesting.
They've beaten
Yeah.
Chelsea 3-0 at the Stadio Olimpico. They beat
Yeah.
Barcelona 3-0 at the Stadio Olimpico,
So
and
they've
they
beaten
held Atletico there as well.
all the average teams.
And they're going to beat Liverpool 3-0.
Wow. That's interesting then, isn't it? To be honest, I could see Liverpool beating them 3-0 at Anfield.
Yeah.
The problem is that I could also see Roma holding on for like a 1-0 win, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really difficult to try and call. But I might make you try and call it. Do we want to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connor, you can go first then.
Okay,
As you sound so confident.
I did say a 1-goal margin, but I'm gonna change. I'm gonna say 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Shall I write them down?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
But I'm just gonna say that won't be the end of the tie.
That's all right, Connor.
there's
There's
To
another
be
leg.
continued.
Okay. Art, what do you think the score will be?
I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool.
Jesus.
Echo.
Two Arsenal
Yeah.
fans.
There's an echo.
Ryan.
Just for the first leg, or
Yes.
Overall.
Yes, please.
1-0.
Okay.
Good prediction.
And Matthew's replacement?
I reckon 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay. Oh, I got to do mine, haven't I?
What do you think, George?
I'm going to be kind to Roma.
Is he
I
gonna
don't know, because I don't know what I'm going to say. 2-1 Roma.
Oh,
I'm an idiot.
that's definitely gonna happen now.
I can dream. All right, so do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Real Madrid against Cheltenham. Obviously, Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Probably, the two biggest teams left in the competition. Well, not probably. Definitely the two biggest teams left in the competition now. Thoughts on that one?
It's a big game, not an intriguing game, not an interesting game.
No, I think if you've been watching the Champions League for quite a while, you'll be quite fed up with a game like this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could be really exciting. But
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really. I'm a bit fed up with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them too much. And I barely even watched the Champions League, and I'm fed up with them.
I think they will go through to the final, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Ronaldo in knockout stages is just gonna.
Hasn't he got like 15 goals?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like that's double what Salah, Mane, and Firmino have. I mean, they've all got
Yeah.
like 8 or something. which is really good.
Real
but
Madrid are a one-man team, though.
Yeah.
No, well,
I'm joking.
oh,
I'm joking.
all right,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
I'm joking. They're not. They've got good. Well, arguably they've got like a really good starting 11, but then beyond that they've got a few good players, but they haven't got like massive squad there. They haven't got.
They,
no,
I'd say they have in midfield.
yeah,
Yeah.
So with Isco,
Mm.
Asensio,
what a player. Sorry.
Like Kovacic as well, aren't they?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Modric,
Tony.
Kroos.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
yeah. Oh, okay.
It's fake.
you just proved me wrong. All right.
But yeah, so that and Ronaldo is kind of why I think they'll go through.
Okay.
But I think it might be a tight one, like it was with Juventus.
Yeah. Well, none of us thought it was going to be tight, did we? Going into that second leg,
Mm.
No, I thought
they did their best.
it'd be
to bottle
close,
it.
but
Yeah,
I don't think it'd be that close.
not like that. No. Does anyone, Connor, you think Bayern Munich might do it?
Yeah, I think they're underestimated. They're just forgotten about because of Ronaldo, Real Madrid, how they've just constantly been there. So they do have that experience slightly ahead of Bayern Munich, but I don't have Bayern Munich won the league.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
ran one
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
They can put all of their effort
Yeah,
into these
true.
2 games. They have a very strong squad still, some of the best players in Europe, and as a team, I think that in terms of player by player, every position, I don't think there are any weaknesses really.
It's another like close matchup, isn't it? It's going to be player for player.
Yeah.
You think Liverpool, Real Madrid's like Champions League history is going to work in their favour in that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they won it last year. It's nearly the exact same squad, and they're used to this.
Mm.
You know, but like you said, Bayern haven't got the league to worry about now.
Just on that, I think Real Madrid have been focusing on the Champions League for a while longer.
The whole
Yeah.
season.
Because their title hopes kind of were dead months ago.
Yeah.
They're miles
So-
away, aren't they? I think.
They're fourth,
Wow, there
I
you
think.
go.
So I think Valencia are above them.
Does this mean that they've got to win it?
Yeah,
I think Zidane has to win it.
I was about to say, do you think Zidane will go if they don't win the Champions League?
I think he'll stay.
You think?
I
Yeah.
think
they'll let him stay, yeah.
I think they might have to let him stay because it's Zidane.
Yeah. Do you think the fans want him to stay? I don't really
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
Because he's
He's a legend.
legend as a player. He's won, is it 2 or 3 in a row?
2.
It could be 3 in a row
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
He's on his hat trick.
I think that's the only reason why he's still there is because he's a legend at that club,
Yeah.
pretty much. If it was anyone else, it was like Ancelotti or something. Or
Yeah.
Benitez.
Oh,
Benitez.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd have been
Ancelotti,
gone
he'd be-
months ago.
And I
Yeah.
think they'll give him the summer to buy new players because they're being linked with Hazard, Courtois, Salah, Lewandowski. So I think it'll be a big summer, and they'll allow him to like revamp the squad.
Did they buy anyone last summer?
Is he that?
Any
is he that
big
sort of
player?
manager? think?
No, but
I mean-
Real Madrid are that sort of club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, definitely, yeah. But it's it's whether that's actually going to play to his strengths to do that.
Yeah, but it might not be him who signs the players. It might be
That's true, yeah.
the
Perez.
Yeah,
Mm.
That is true.
Where do they improve though?
I think they need a new goalkeeper.
yeah.
Yeah, Casillas is pretty. Yeah, no, I don't like.
No,
him.
yeah, I don't. Ever since Casillas left, I don't think
They've
they've
never.
been- yeah,
But
I know
him
he's
in
like.
his prime. He was impossible to
Yeah, yeah.
replace, to be honest.
I know, but like
Apart from like De Gea.
fax machine. No, but yeah, I think they could do better in goal. Then they might have to find new wingers because Ronaldo's moved more central.
Yeah.
And Bale's
Yeah,
always injured.
yeah.
Does anyone, before we go on, does anyone rate Benzema?
No.
I rate him.
I did a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, a few years ago, but not really now.
I've
I feel-
never really seen him being like a prolific goal scorer, and
I think he has been in the
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
but I think he's just been overshadowed by one of the greatest of all
Yeah,
time.
but he was in a team where they won the Champions League, they won La Liga, and he only scored 14 goals.
yeah,
I think
Yeah,
that's similar
again,
to City this season, isn't it? Like you have Sterling, who's
Yeah.
been known not to score a lot of goals, and yet he's got 20 goals in the Prem this season.
Yeah.
So I think it's really just what team you're part of
Mm,
that helps
true.
you out.
I do think he's. I mean, I haven't seen much of them, but from what I can gather, he's even though he doesn't contribute as much as maybe he used to, he's still an important part to the team and feeding Ronaldo and creating the space for Ronaldo to get all his goals.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't, obviously he probably wouldn't be still playing.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
But yeah, I just, you always see him line up, and you never really think, wow, like he's taking this game like by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
And he's not that sort of player, is he?
But
No.
I think he was.
Yeah. How old is he now? Oh, actually, you're not.
I'm not sure. Probably late 20s.
That
Yeah, I
was
was
a
thinking
Matthew
late
question.
No, but yeah, like I think around the time of the last World Cup, he was unreal. Like
Yeah.
at a national stage and club level.
Yeah.
But then with Ronaldo aging and coming, like Ronaldo would start games left wing even then,
Yeah.
and then just
Move over.
tell him to go
Yeah.
out to the
Yeah,
wing,
yeah.
basically. And that has probably taken away from, like, he hasn't had great practice, I guess,
Yeah.
in front of goal for
Yeah,
a long period of time.
Yeah.
So that probably takes away from what he can do up there on his own.
I feel more sorry for him than I do, like, oh, he's not good enough. I don't want to. I'm
Yeah.
not blaming him.
No.
You can't really blame him because I think he's one of those strikers. He's really well rounded. He can do everything. He can create and he can score.
Yeah.
He has shown that.
Mm.
He's in a similar way to Lewandowski, but just nowhere near that level.
Yeah.
I think he could have reached that level potentially if he was at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, the thing on Lewandowski, isn't he meant to be leaving Bayern this summer?
Apparently.
So maybe if he does become available, Madrid go in for him. I mean, surely Lewandowski on a free transfer would
Yeah,
be
Mm.
an
that's
unbelievable signing.
yeah. Well, I think
Back
that
to
would be a
Dortmund.
perfect replacement for Benzema.
Or they could go two up top.
They could do.
What, Benzema and
Yeah.
Lewandowski, but
No,
Ronaldo.
Benzema and Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
Like for this first leg. But I know that wouldn't happen. I was just saying because two up top is very underrated.
Yeah, I
Way
think
of
it's
playing
going to come
at
back
the
in,
moment.
isn't it? I think
It has to.
Eventually,
it's sort of died out a bit, but
everything
it's
goes
like
in circles.
4-4-2 will be back soon.
It will.
I think I heard, well, actually, maybe three of the four teams in last year's Champions League semi-final started in a variation of 4-4-2.
Mm.
So there we go. That's my stat for the day.
Leicester won the
so that-
league playing 4-4-2.
So going back to this game then, who do we think are going to be the key matchups? The marquee matchups.
Ronaldo, obviously, and whoever Bayern put at the back, probably Hummels or Boateng.
Kimmich.
Or yeah, he's a
Joshua
good player.
Kimmich,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robben. And
Would he be playing though?
Don't know.
Don't know. That's the. I think
don't know.
actually maybe if we talk about Bayern Munich, like, obviously we talk about Ronaldo and Benzema maybe getting on a bit. Look at like Robin and Ribery.
Going on them, I watched when they beat Dortmund 6-0, was it?
yeah.
And for their ages, like Robin's like what, 35, 36 now.
I don't think maybe a couple years younger.
He still tore the
Just
likes
he's
of
bold.
like shots and like this. It's like it's unbelievable the fact he's still
He's a quality,
at that level
quality player.
at his age.
Still,
So-
no one has realised that all he does is cut inside.
But he's one. Well, okay. Well, he's definitely like the best in the world, I'd say, at doing that from the right hand
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
There's no one else like him. To know that he's gonna do it, and you still can't
Have
stop
you
him.
watched Kevin Dawson for Cheltenham? He's actually pretty bad at it. So yeah, any more?
Stuart Downing.
Yes, there you go. He has a point. Sean Wright Phillips, Adam Johnson.
Okay. Anyway, Robert Lewandowski will be very important
Mm-hmm.
either way.
I think James Rodriguez as well.
Mm.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
He's coming up against his old club as well.
Can
He's
he-
got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he play?
Yeah, UEFA rules allow.
Oh please, I'd love it if
That would be
love
yeah.
it.
If he
If he knocks them out.
Oh my.
the passion that would be running through.
But I
his
think that's the
veins.
thing with him, isn't it? He's playing in a team where he feels wanted now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like at the start, there was a bit like he's not really going to play much.
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah,
But now he's
they're a
like,
bit reluctant, weren't they? But
yeah.
Yeah.
But now, like against the Dortmund game, like he was like the linchpin for everything. Like,
Yeah.
he got like 3 assists in that game.
Really.
He's another guy who's quite. He performs quite well under pressure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Showed at the World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah.
Colombia.
Well, that's where he made his name, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we're hoping
What
for
Monaco actually?
Yeah, I knew him before that.
yeah.
course you did.
Porto actually.
I
Yeah.
did.
It's going to be a Hammers madness then, really. In
Yeah.
both ties, it's going to be.
Yeah. Wait, do you know
Hammers
which
Milner
one's
madness?
first?
Which game?
Yeah, which is Bayern at home or Real Madrid at home
I have written down that it's Real Madrid,
Okay.
but that might be just because you told me it was Real Madrid against Bayern Munich, and that's what I went with.
I think Ryan's checking.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one thing's for sure is we definitely know that one of them
Fucking
are at
Real
home
Madrid.
first.
Yes.
So I mean,
And one of them will win.
yeah,
One of them will probably
one
get to the final.
must go through to the final.
At the Allianz on
Okay.
the 25th.
Oh,
Ah.
so Bayern are at home first. That
So-
changes things for me.
Does it?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
obviously for the first leg.
Oh.
But, no, but
Change your flights quick.
Yeah.
yeah, I think Real Madrid. Bayern are going to take like a lot of confidence out of that after watching what Juventus did
Yeah.
at the Bernabeu. So they're going to know that this first leg's not the be all and end all.
Mm.
But I can see them winning at home. They're another
Yeah,
team who can play, who can control the tempo of a game. Obviously, Real Madrid can do that too. But
But away from at the Allianz, I think,
But-
yeah,
I think Bayern at the Allianz aren't as strong as Madrid at the Bernabeu.
no.
okay,
So that could work in Madrid's favour as well.
true.
Because like Arsenal have beaten them there, Chelsea have beaten them there,
True.
Madrid have beaten them there before.
Hmm.
So they could go there thinking, oh, what do we actually have to be scared of?
Mm.
Yeah.
I think Champions League Madrid are a whole different team to regular Real Madrid as well.
Is Manuel Neuer still injured?
I think he's coming back, but I doubt he'd play.
Who's their second goalkeeper? Is it?
Ulrich, innit?
Is it?
All right.
All right, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right.
Oh, all right.
All right, mate.
battle of the worst goalkeeper there, isn't he? I don't rate Navas. I'm afraid.
I think he's
No.
okay, but he shouldn't
not-
be at.
he's
yeah,
not
he
a Real
shouldn't be
Madrid
at
Real
He's like
Madrid,
Benzema,
though,
isn't he? He's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but he's not
No.
the worst.
No, he's not the
Yeah.
worst.
He just reminds me of Ospina.
Oi.
No, but
Lay
could you
off.
imagine Ospina playing for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Maybe Real Madrid Castilla, but
Is that their second team?
Yeah.
For anyone
Yeah.
who doesn't know. Hey.
Get Odegaard in.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Where'd he go?
where
I think. Well, last season he was in Holland.
yeah,
thought he-
Hermanine.
Yeah, is he still there?
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
I thought you know this.
You should
Well,
know
I thought,
this.
I thought he had. Is he from Denmark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Norway.
Oh,
Norway.
yeah.
I thought-
it's
Norway.
the same.
I thought he'd gone back to Norway, to be honest, but or like on loan. But obviously I'm wrong.
But his dad's still an under-19s coach, so
Madrid.
yeah, because that was
Ah,
part
so
of the
he's-
contract.
His dad is.
Yeah, like when they signed him as a 15-year-old, he became a coach. At,
Wait,
That's
whoa, whoa,
very
whoa.
suspicious.
Yeah, I
The
didn't know
dad, they got it the wrong way round. I thought the dad as the coach was meant to get the son playing, not the son signing, getting the dad coaching.
because he was a coach at whoever they signed. I can't remember who they signed.
I don't know.
They've obviously
I
never
don't know.
watched Sunday League, have they? They got this all wrong. Anyone else got any other key matchups or thoughts on this game? Ryan? You got anything?
Well, just the point about Bayern. Their manager, I'm gonna butcher his name, but Jupp Heynckes, something like that.
Heynckes.
Sorry,
Heyn- yeah.
Heineken.
He's leaving at the end of the season. Like, he came out of retirement to help them
Oh,
out.
of course, yeah.
In his last season as managing properly, he won the Champions League. He won the league. I think he might have won the treble. But
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't know if that's on this year or not. But they've won the league already. I think the perfect way to send him off again is to win the Champions League. So I think they'll be motivated.
The players will play for him.
Yeah, they've already announced his replacement, Niko Kovac
Yeah.
from Frankfurt, I believe.
All right.
So obviously he's not staying on, so they'll know they want to play for him and send him off in
Yeah.
the best possible way.
So do you think that tips the balance? Tips the tie in their favour, or
Personally, yeah.
yeah? What the rest do you think?
I still think Madrid will win over the two
Yeah.
legs.
I can see it going either way, but in a similar way to Liverpool Roma, I wouldn't underestimate Bayern.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
And it could definitely go Bayern's
Yeah.
way.
I think it's so hard. We've just got to see, from watching it, how the first sort of 20, 30 minutes goes, and I think in both ties really, and I think then we probably get a better idea, because obviously we know, more so with Real Madrid Bayern, we know how they play, so we know we'll be able to see what sort of mood they're in, how they're going about things. Do you want to do score predictions for this one, or anyone else got anything else they want to say on this big one?
Score predictions are cool. I'll go first.
Cool. All right, so
I'm gonna say first leg. Sorry, first leg 2-1 Bayern, and then that away goal will help Real Madrid win the overall tie.
Okay. All right. If we want Connor, do your first leg.
I'm going to return the
do what I
echo.
did.
Because I was thinking 2-1 as well, and it will be whether Real Madrid can come back. They probably will,
Okay.
but I don't see Bayern completely thrashing Real Madrid at home, but I can see them definitely winning.
All right, nice one. Henry?
I think it's at the Allianz first leg, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see a draw in that one, like a 1-1 draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then back at the Bernabeu, I think maybe a 1-0 Madrid, 2-0 Madrid, something like that.
Yeah, nice. Ryan?
I think Bayern will win at the Allianz, probably maybe 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Real will probably beat them at the Bernabeu. So maybe extra time, and then whoever.
That would be interesting.
Extra time and penalties to settle it.
That's what I want. I think that's what's going to be needed to make this one
It would revive the
stand
interest
out.
in the
Yeah,
game.
it's, everyone's like,
Yeah.
I'm saying 3-0 Madrid.
At the Allianz.
At the Allianz. And then to go through 5-0 winners overall. Why not? I mean, you guys have thought about it logically, and you could still all be wrong.
If your
so I might as
predictions
well
come
think about it illogically. I might stick £1 on it, see what I can get. So we've discussed both the ties, but as we are still, on the topic of the Champions League, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about the Champions League. You're all big Champions League fans, aren't you?
The champions.
Okay, so my first question is, how are Arsenal doing in the Champions League this
That's a
season?
great question.
Just joking. No. Champions League finals, the best ever final.
Oh. What? So our favourites or the best?
Your favourites, and then we're going to decide at the end the best.
Okay.
I can't remember a lot.
That's
So
I'm trying to remember.
I think my favourites probably come around the noughties decade.
Naughty. Yeah.
No, because since last few years has been a bit samey.
Yeah.
So I might go for Chelsea, Man United,
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
No, but I think that was just, I think, a really, compared to finals now and out of the ordinary final, to have two teams from the same nation, and both were very, very potent at the time of the final, and the fact that it did go to penalties as well made it even better.
Yeah.
It was during the period of English dominance in the Champions League, really.
Because I think that year it was Liverpool in the semis, after they beat us in the quarters, Arsenal in the quarters, and then the year after Arsenal played United in the semis.
Yeah, but it was 04-05 Liverpool, 2006 Arsenal, 2007 Liverpool again.
Yeah.
2008 United Chelsea, 2009 Man United again.
Yeah. Liverpool 2007 as well, against Milan again. But Milan won that one.
I mean, it was a good time for English football,
What's
really.
happened to English football?
Hey, Liverpool are going to win it this year.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just don't panic.
But yeah, I think for me, the 2008 one.
Yeah, that's one that sticks out for me as well. I just remember, in your childhood, just watching that game, two English sides.
Hell of a United team as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I think.
Hell of a Chelsea team.
Yeah. I think. I remember I wanted Chelsea to win it.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate
and because the reasons for me were Joe Cole and Frank Lampard. So they were my two favourite non-Arsenal players, I guess, along with Gerrard. But I think Lampard and Joe Cole were two guys that you couldn't not like if you
especially Joe
were a
Cole.
football fan.
Yeah.
And with Frank Lampard scoring as well, that made it that much better, I guess.
So that's quite a good one, Art. So I'm gonna write that down. That's gonna go in our potential of the best. Ryan, what's your?
I think it's fairly obvious. I'm a Chelsea fan. 2012.
And why is that?
No particular reason. Just the entire campaign. We were 3-1 down to Napoli. Villas-Boas got sacked. Di Matteo in. I don't think nobody would expected Chelsea to go through in that round, let alone beat Benfica in the next round, then Barcelona, then beat Bayern in their ground, their city. And
took over.
Yeah, it was just probably one of the best seasons to be a Chelsea fan. I know league-wise it wasn't particularly great, but
it was because you knocked Tottenham out of the Champions League.
We finished 6th.
I know. But
I mean,
actually, that kind of stopped Harry from getting the England job. So I'm a bit angry.
Oh, what could have been
instead of your mate Roy.
Yeah, Roy Hodgson.
So yeah, 2012, fairly obvious.
Anyone else? Any thoughts on that game?
I think that was a frustrating game for me to watch because by that time, not hatred, but the kind of rivalry between Arsenal and Chelsea had not fully developed to a point, but it was becoming even more of a thing. So that one was a bit harder to take, along with the fact that they were the first London club to win it.
Oh,
so.
yeah. It's frustrating for me just because of John Terry coming on the pitch at the end in his full kit.
It's because it was
Although I'm
UEFA.
sure-
It
I
was
was about to
UEFA
say, I'm sure Ryan
requirements.
will tell me why.
UEFA requirements.
Was Di Matteo until the end of the season as well?
Yeah.
then he
It
got
was similar to Heinkes this year, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
In a way.
Ooh, I like that link.
Just think about it.
Yeah. Who was the Bayern manager then?
It might have
Sorry,
been
was
Heinkes.
that- Was that another Matthew
It was me.
question?
No, I think it
What,
was
in
still Heinkes.
2012?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heinkes.
Okay.
Heinkes.
So he's lost it before
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a Chelsea team that were the underdogs.
Like, we started, like, the Chelsea team that won the Champions League was awful.
Bossingwa.
Like, we started, Ryan Bertrand
remember
made
Ryan
one
Bertrand.
Champions League appearance that entire season. It was in the final, left mid. And
I
Bobby
remember
knows
that.
what
I was
he's
like,
doing.
what is happening
Di
here?
Matteo knows what he's doing, obviously.
as he showed at Aston Villa.
Yeah, shout out to Aston Villa. Connor.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be like hated for this because it's not
No, you're
English
not.
related. But, well, it is. I've always gravitated towards Messi as a player, and so the final at Wembley where they beat United 3-1, that was just a showcase of his ability and that team's ability to just win things and do it with style. They were just ridiculous. Like
That was one hell of a game, wasn't it?
David Villa.
Yeah. His goal was
Ridiculous.
my god.
Messi's goal was good, but it probably could have been saved. It wasn't like right in the corner, but it was typical Messi. But David Villa, what a goal, what a finish, and
player.
what a team. Yeah, what
team?
Wayne Rooney got a goal in that as well.
yeah.
A perfect day all round. Although if Rooney got the winner, that might have been.
Yeah.
But that was and I remember enjoying watching that, even though I should have been rooting for the English team. I wasn't.
Do you have to root for the English team?
Well,
I don't think you have
that's
to.
Let's have that.
that's sort of
debate. Do
the
you have
the
to?
kind of assumption.
mean,
I think that's the general
Like if
impression I get.
I wasn't rooting for Chelsea.
I mean,
against Bayern.
if they're your rivals, why would you want them to
that's
win
it.
something like the Champions League?
Yeah, I don't want Liverpool to win. The
I
Champions
think that's another reason why I might have a soft spot for Liverpool, because they haven't really won anything. No, I'm being like they're kind of like your little brother. Like,
No,
oh yeah,
not really.
just let them have this one. I guess.
No.
Yeah, because they never win another one.
Yeah.
Another 10 years, they win something else.
I mean, Henry, they've already won 5. So can you not? I'm sure they'll tell you that as well. Have you not seen the big flags which say like we've conquered Europe and stuff like that? No, you haven't, have you? Connor, do you have anything else to say about your little Barcelona fantasy?
No, no, it's just Messi's the greatest of all time. I just love watching him. He is.
We just spoke about Bosingwa.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about Bosingwa. Yeah,
That's-
obviously
yeah, that's-
Bosingwa is the greatest
that's
player of
very
all
true.
time.
All right, Henry.
The annoying thing is Connor's literally just taken my answer. So I'm just trying to think of another one. One that I do remember, was it Atletico Real Madrid?
Oh yeah,
Was that the final?
yeah. That was La Decima one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's
Oh
quite
yeah,
a-
yeah, that was
No, it wasn't the best in terms of
Was-
quality,
was-
but like in terms of the occasion,
Yeah.
sort of like the 10th Champions League
Yeah.
final.
Was,
I don't know.
Was that the so that was the 13-14 one where they won 4-1?
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
where
Yeah.
Ramos
obviously it was-
equalised in the last minute.
Yeah.
Who
Take
scored-
it to
who
extra
scored the
time.
winner?
Oh yeah, and then the extra
Bale
time.
scored
they
a header,
extra-
didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did
But-
Asensio score?
I
Or am
don't.
He-
No,
I
that
don't
was in a
think-
day
Yeah, I think
point.
that was before his time.
I think he scored against Juventus, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is this like the first time there's been like a derby, sort of like
Mm,
so like a
maybe.
Madrid
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't
as
know.
well? Maybe that's like a
that.
Could have been.
or maybe in like modern times anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in Champions League history. I don't know about
Mm.
European Cup history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good
It's a
point.
good shout
Yeah.
actually.
I'm trying to think something on the spot.
For a good final. No, that's probably a good choice. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
So why was that one your favourite?
It's just like I said, it was just something that stood out to me. Like I just watched it and I thought like it's a really big, a bit like the United game as well.
Mm.
It was just like a big occasion,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm trying to think of stuff to say now. 'Cause but it was just it wasn't the best, but it was just one that I remember in my
An
head.
honourable mention for you.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's fair enough. So shall I note that one down? So, Atletico v Real Madrid. Oh, I should have done Atletico Madrid.
What's your favourite, George?
I don't know if necessarily they're my favourite, but I've got. Well, actually, we haven't even mentioned Istanbul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned that
Who's-
game.
Overrated.
Do you think?
No.
Okay.
Don't worry.
But I don't have a memory of
Yeah, I
actually
don't-
watching
yeah,
that.
I don't
so-
remember watching.
Fair enough. Oh yeah.
It
All right,
was
good
like
point.
just.
So-
It was just.
Oh yeah.
before.
So we're doing like your favourites, aren't we? We're not
Yeah.
doing the best.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Which is the same with my other one then, basically, which was United against Bayern Munich.
United.
Was it 99?
Yeah.
Whereas
Oh yeah.
Solskjaer, Sheringham.
You remember watching that? Yeah.
Yeah, great game. Do you know the commentary still to this day? I remember where I was. Shut up, Connor. No.
And I didn't watch this one obviously, but Zidane's goal against Bayer Leverkusen.
Mm.
That's what I still, even though Mandzukic's goal was pretty good
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, last year.
That goal was still like one of the best final goal
Mm.
ever in the history of the Champions League.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it's ridiculous technique. I don't know how. I haven't seen anything like that before or since.
Before or since?
Yeah.
During.
The way like it went so high in the air, and then he swings his weaker left foot and puts it top ins.
Messi could never.
Yeah, he could, because it would be on his left foot. He wouldn't be able to do it on his right foot. But he can score chips over the goalkeeper on his
Connor,
right foot.
you're just rambling on now. All right.
No one else is talking.
True. Good point. Any more Champions League memories?
I think we can save it for
Final
another
memories.
podcast.
We can, yeah.
I remember crying in 2006.
Stop.
Okay, we won't get into that one. Right. So I've written down your 4 favourites. Do we want to decide? Well, I guess they're all your favourites,
Mm.
so we don't
Yeah.
really want to decide the best out of them, or do we?
I think we could maybe save those and then
Yeah.
go into it for like before the final.
Yeah. So stay tuned for those in another podcast that we haven't done yet. That we may well do. We may not. No, we will. Before the final, when we're all getting excited for it, as Roma prepare to face Bayern Munich. Even though I said Real Madrid are going to win 5-0, but that's all right.
We'll do it on the flights to Kiev.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we did joke that Matthew was on paternity leave at the start of this, but he is actually trying to secure us quite a good deal. To get press access at the Champions League final, but we were going to keep it quiet. So when we have more information on that, we'll let you guys know, and there may be a chance to take a few of our fans with us. So is that it for this Champions League podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, so going into the semi-final, we've obviously got Liverpool against Roma, Real Madrid against Bayern. The majority of us think that Liverpool are going to win the first leg against Roma, and Bayern are going to win the first leg against Real Madrid. So both the home sides in their first leg going on, but until we actually start seeing the game, we don't know how it's going to go, do we? So that's it for today. That's it for this one. So thanks for listening. If you'd like to comment your best Champions League final or your favourite, your memory, then please comment below. Subscribe and like this video. You can tell us your score predictions for the semi-final on our Twitter at Unplayables and from all of us, if you guys would like to say farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks for being our guest today, Henry.
No worries.
You've been brilliant.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, round of applause. None of us have ever got a round of applause. So well done. You never know, you may be back on another one. Who
Hopefully.
knows?
Yeah, maybe.
If we're lucky.
We'll see what the future holds. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.